Hey folks, what's up? I'm Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Today we're checking out the TP-Link AX1500 travel router. This is the first travel router I've ever gotten my hands on. I think it's probably the only one so far for the most part. Travel routers are freaking awesome. So if you move around a lot, if you go here, there, and everywhere, you probably have a router that you take with you so that when you're in hotels, you can have your own Wi-Fi and all that fun, snappy stuff, right? I know I did. I always take something small. I used to have an N router that I took for that. You can get those things cheap anywhere, it seems. But this, your AX, really fast stuff, really nice stuff. Let's take a look at the unboxing. Not really a whole lot to it. So, LAN, WAN, there's the power, and that's where we could hook the USB up to. Oh no, they seen my MAC address. Huh, I wonder how much heat this generates. There you go, hotspot router or APRE. WPS1, reset 6. Oh, that's cool. A button for WPS or a general reset. Awesome. And we got a LAN and a WAN port. Lovely, lovely. Okay, let's see what other kinds of fun things we got in here. I feel like I'm taking apart some kind of an Apple device. Of course, we have some network cable. USB-C for the win. And a charge brick. Let's see what kind of power we got coming off of that thing. We have output of 5 volts, 3 amps. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, you can hook your phone up to this and tether it. Hook your phone up right here. And I'm wondering if you can also hook a USB drive up in there so you have some network access. Gotta say, this is the first router I've seen that has USB-C charger. Now this is interesting. The router, USB tethering during travel, SAP access point when you're using it at home, requirements, share mobile device cellular data with others, a USB cable. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here about using it for USB for data. Okay, so if you're going to a hotel or something, they probably don't want you to do this. But what you do is you take the plug-in from the wall and hook it to the wide area network. If you wanted to tether and use 3 or 4G data, I guess 5G data too, you would tether it and plug it into here. Or if you had one of those USB drives that get data, you could plug it into there also. All right, so I got it plugged in and we got the Wi-Fi full thumb. And as we can see here, oh wait, that's better than it was. It just suddenly decided to pop up. I thought it was over here. I thought it was that one. Huh. That Fear Not is really taking its own channels. You don't want the channels to intersect with each other. Like this B Brown isn't being very good. This Fear Not is kind of cutting into the D-Link right there. The TP-Link F760, which is this one, is doing pretty good. Let's see what kind of range we can get out of it. Okay, so here I am directly under it. It seems to be holding on relatively well. And here we're checking out the 5G settings. It seems to be keeping within its own lane there. I guess the Google Pixel 7 doesn't do 6G HZ. All right, we're out here in the backyard, and that's the TP-Link F760. Still doing pretty good. That is the 2.4 gigahertz. And here we go on the 5 gigahertz, and it seems to be doing pretty well also. So yeah, right now that router is upstairs inside that room, just on the other side of the wall. Remember that you want to use 2.4G if you are connecting to things behind a wall. If you're connecting to things behind a wall with an open door, then do the 5G HZ. Okay, so now I'm pretty much on the far side of the house. And I still got a bit of a connection. Not the best connection, but I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I'm not really super impressed with the way the networks seem to be hanging over each other in some certain ways. But yeah, this thing's a little bit more powerful than I thought it would be. All right, now we're kitty corner from the room outside of the property. And yeah, oh, it's there. Just definitely doesn't have a whole lot of power. So if you're using this thing as a repeater, this is not going to repeat very well. Like if you're in a trailer, it might repeat nicely. Sorry, I got lots of Sunday traffic and I'm right down the road from one of the churches. Yeah, don't have very good signal right now. So this is my friend Skelly Beans. He likes to sit out front. And yeah, you can see TP-Link right there. So Skelly Beans would be able to get a reasonable connection. So ultimately, I'm pretty impressed with what I see from this thing. It could definitely be more powerful. It could definitely be a lot less powerful too. Well, that's interesting. We actually have a screw in here, so I might be able to take this thing apart and see what's on the inside. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get much past here. So if you want to get this far, there definitely are some clips. But you got that screw, then you get a screw right in about here that you have to deal with. And then you can get on in. I've never actually been able to take one of these things off without destroying what's on the inside. So it's as far as I'm going to go with this Teardown. Oh, check it out. We got the antenna right over here. That's one of them anyways. I wonder if there's any more. Bet that'll be one right there. It's going to hold still here so you guys can have a look. I'm kind of surprised that we don't got anything hooked up right there. And that little spot, I bet I have something I could connect into it there. Is that an antenna too, I wonder, huh? So ultimately, I like what I see. This thing definitely has a lot of power for the little unit that it is. The price has gone down by about half. I think you can get one of these for about 40 bucks now on Amazon. And for a range extender or for a travel modem, I definitely would recommend it. It's got power, but it doesn't have too much power. I believe this thing would be able to fill up a business class hotel room with the Wi-Fi that you need, all depending on exactly where you are. I'm just thinking it should be really easy plug and play. The only thing I don't like about it is I can't put a USB in there and have it readable over the network for file sharing, but that's really neither here nor there. Now, TP-Link is a brand that not everyone likes to go with. It definitely made in China, and some people are worried that gives you a backdoor Chinese servers. You know what I'm talking about. But if you're not worried about that, I definitely recommend you dive right in. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me, Neff from Nest Tech. But like and subscribe if you like this stuff. It's always appreciated. And as always, folks, take care of each other, will you?